Crepieto on the 14th floor where the bathroom door don't lock. So happy we don't gotta worry about the cops. We could all get arrested for this, but when the party's mixed, I don't give a shit tonight. Alright. She walks in the bedroom fast, despite all the noise from the crowd. Now she spent the sound of bathroom sink. Her mother would be so proud. Gets on the deed and there's a line to go pee, but the bathroom looks like a war zone.
Welcome in to episode 109 of Phired Up. Check us out at firedupsports.com. I'm Mike Gilletto. Joining me as always, Dom Consul and Chris Lucia. What is going on, fellas?
Yo.
Got the band back together. Got the band back together this week. You guys took a little hiatus last week. Had Don on. Had good conversation. And we are back with the three of us. Before we get into it, got to tell everybody about our sponsor, friends, family, and loved ones. I bet you haven't purchased a Father's Day gift yet, have you? Not to fear, the leaders in below-the-waist grooming are here. I'm talking about our friends at Manscaped. They're saving the day yet again with the total package for the father figure in your life this year. It's time to upgrade his game from waist to face with this exclusive offer. Have him join the 8 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped and get 20% off plus free shipping with the code FIREDUP at manscaped.com. Let's start with the ultimate Father's Day MVP, the Performance Package 4.0. Inside this package, he'll find this their signature Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, brand new Weed Whacker 2.0 ear and nose hair trimmer, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, Performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold his goodies. And we can't forget about the moneymaker. Manscaped has absolutely changed the game with their brand new Beard Hedger Pro kit for fathers around the world. Included is the Beard Hedger trimmer, beard shampoo and conditioner, beard oil, beard balm, and 2 free gifts with their signature beard comb and scissors. We all know dads love their comfort. If his grooming routine is already dialed, make sure to hook him up with Manscaped's Boxers 2.0. These are without a doubt the best boxers for men of all ages. Whether he's mowing the lawn, taking out the trash, or golfing in the sun, these moisture-wicking boxers breathe without breaking a sweat. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code FIREDUP at manscaped.com. It's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code FIREDUP. Make this Father's Day one he won't forget with Manscaped. So obviously Nick Nurse is going to be the next coach of the Sixers. We'll get to it. We got some Philly stuff to talk about. I'm all aboard the DeAndre Hopkins train, so I'm sure we'll talk about that at some point as well. Before we get into it, so in our group chat, I sent you guys a little graphic, and Dom said he wanted to talk about it on the show. So I figured we could kind of open with this. So this is the top 10 according to GPT, which I still don't really fully understand. I know you're trying to explain it to me, Dom. I'm like the oldest 30-year-old in the world, so I don't understand this stuff.
Listen, I'm the oldest 27-year-old in the world, so like it's a miracle I even know what this is. You think you're old at 30, man? You know more than I do. So like, whenever I have issues, I come to you. So
that's fair. But the top 10 most overrated players of all time. You said you wanted to talk about it. So did you kind of want me to start at 10 and work my way up to 1? Or okay.
Oh, yeah.
So number 10, Jay Cutler.
How is that overrated? Like
he's not. When did he ever have any expectations on him to do anything?
Well, yeah, right. He really never did.
I mean,
I don't remember what his expectations were really coming out of the draft. But like once he was who he is, it was like, okay, he's Kirk Cousins. Like
right.
There's no expectation on Kirk Cousins. Like
I don't know if I think he went to 2. I know for sure he went to 1 NFC Championship game and he played Rodgers and he just looked like he didn't want to be there. So like maybe that's where it comes in, but I don't understand it. Like
that was the year the Packers won the Super Bowl, right?
Yes, I believe so. But I don't understand that one. That was a little bit of a scratcher. Are you expecting him to win 4 Super Bowl? Like I don't get that one.
Right. Number 9, Mark McGwire.
Well, he cheated, so
yeah. I mean,
but he's not like
overrated.
Yeah, but I could be wrong. I feel like if you look at his numbers, like Bonds' numbers would probably still be great without steroids. Like I don't know if McGuire's numbers would be great without steroids.
No, but the McGwire Sosa chase is one of like the greatest moments in professional sports history.
Right, but he cheated. So like I think that's why he's. I'm not saying no. I'm not telling you. I'm just saying I think that's why they put him on the list is because he cheated.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm not saying I agree with it. I don't think he's overrated either. I'm just
next on this list.
500 home runs.
He did.
I don't know.
I'm sure he did as well. But again, Mark McGwire was one of my favorite players growing up. It was real fun. But obviously they're a little skewed because of the cheating. He had, let me see here. Okay, so you have 583. Yep, 583 home runs. So,
but did anybody have for overrated for him? I guess because he never really did anything as far as taking his team to a championship, right?
They went to a World Series. I don't know. Did they win that World Series? The A's.
What year?
89.
Was it 89?
They played the Giants. It was the earthquake or whatever it is.
Okay. I'm trying to look up the 89 team.
Shit.
They won the World Series. They swept the Giants. Yep.
It was him and the Canseco.
Yep. Yeah, they swept the Giants in the World Series. So, yeah. But next on the list, and this is interesting because on these you guys know I'm a big hockey guy. On this list, there's 2 hockey players. So coming on at number 8 is the first hockey player on this list, Alexander Semin.
I would like that more so as Nicholas Backstrom, honestly.
Yeah, Alexander
very good player. But
same with Jay Cutler. Like there really were no high expectations for Alexander Semin. He was a nice middle 6 player.
Right. I could think of a bunch of other people that were overrated than most of these guys.
Yep, I agree. Number 7, Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah, he's a role player. He's a role player.
Right. Well, no, he's not a role player anymore. He's legitimately a starting player in the NBA. He just wasn't on the right team. He's in the right situation now where he's averaging over 20 points a game or whatever it is with Golden State.
And he's also better than I think it was him and Jabari Parker in that draft, right?
And Embiid was 3rd. Yeah.
Right. So he's better than Jabari Parker.
100%. But again,
there was also a lot of hype coming out of the draft with Andrew Wiggins.
Absolutely. But looking at his whole career right now, he is where he's rated. What he is right now is what he is. No, I don't think anybody's overrating him. He's a good number 3 option for that team.
Yep.
They won a championship last year. How overrated can he be? He's not the guy.
That's true. That's true. Number 6, Johnny Manziel.
Doesn't make sense.
No.
Well, I wonder how much of this list is not necessarily after their how we overrate them in their career, but hype coming out of the draft maybe is a factor. Because again, Manziel coming out of the draft was this next best thing,
I guess.
bread. You know what I mean?
Let me tell you how Chat GPT works.
Please enlighten me because I have no clue.
Yeah. It takes a bunch of articles and analyzes them,
right?
And that spits out that's what it spits out. But if you get more articles that go up and say that was wrong, it will eventually be able to think on its own and say and come up with a new list. You could, if enough people argued against that, and tomorrow you went on Chat GPT would come up with a brand new list. It's a learning module,
right?
So
it's an algorithm. It's an algorithm.
Yeah, exactly. It's an algorithm.
Right. Yeah, totally. So,
I guess
which is part of the reason I really even gonna. Yeah, no, for sure. Which I guess was the reason I didn't really plan on doing it on the show because it's such a weird thing about Chat GPT and I don't know. But Don want to talk about it, so I figured why not.
Yeah.
But
Manziel did he again did he have any
Wiggins? He just didn't pan out. I don't understand. There's so many more first-round picks that I can think of that are way more overrated.
And the problem is, I think it would have been more of a if he did pan out. I think more people than not were that dude's gonna suck. He sucks.
Yeah.
He's like Andrew Bennett. He sucks. Why is he going number 1?
Right. Number 5 is really interesting on this list because I have heard people say this before. But Derek Jeter.
Yeah, no,
100% wrong. 100%.
Well, where I hear people say that is, listen, Derek Jeter is one of the greatest players, our generation, whatever. Like, I get it, but there are people that believe he wouldn't be Derek Jeter, quote unquote, the name Derek Jeter, if he didn't play for the New York Yankees.
I 100% disagree with anybody who says that.
He's
baseball is such a solo sport.
Yeah, but at the same time, you're telling me Mike Trout wouldn't be 10 times bigger if he played for the New York Yankees instead of the Anaheim Angels?
But we're not talking about bigger. We're talking about better.
Sure. No, I get that, but I think
people are saying he's overrated, not because of how big he is, because how good he was.
Yeah,
right.
He's a 3,000 hit guy.
If he played for Kansas City Royals, he'd be the same exact player, probably.
He would be a similar player, but I don't think people will put him on the pedestal that they put him on, if that makes sense.
That I don't disagree with that necessarily, but I still think he'd be considered the greatest shortstop of all time, or second or third, whatever, if he played for Kansas City. That's just my. His numbers are stupid.
Totally,
I wonder what they're thinking of overrated as, as a player. He was overrated as a player, or is in baseball it was the overrated. I don't know.
They don't win those World Series without Derek Jeter. I don't. And look at the players he played with. Bernie Williams was a very good player. I'm trying to think of the other guys on his Hayes at third base was a good player.
Matsui.
Matsui. Well, Matsui was a little bit later. He didn't win those World Series, but
he did.
No, he only won one, I think. Oh no, I'm talking about the first one,
early.
97 to 2002 or whatever. Yeah, these guys are nice players, but he is that the guy. I don't know. I disagree with that.
The face of the Yankees, right?
Yeah.
When you think of the Yankees, it's Derek Jeter.
Right.
Yep. Number 4 on this list, another hockey guy, Ilya Kovalchuk, which I disagree with. I think Kovalchuk was a very, very good player, and I don't think at all he fell short of expectations. He was multiple 50-goal scorer.
Was he a first round? Was he a number 1 pick?
When was he? That's a good question. When was he drafted? Let me see if I can find it. He was first overall pick in 2001 by Atlanta. Yep.
Okay. What are his numbers?
So 926 games played, 443 goals, 433 assists, 876 points. So he's almost a point per game in the NHL.
How many years? I'm sorry.
He played, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 years? Or nah, that's not 16. Not quite 16 years because he played for a couple, multiple teams in the same year sometimes.
Then he came back, right?
Yeah, he went to Russia at one point and then came back. Yeah, probably 11 years. 12 years.
I don't know if I could really give an opinion on that one. I mean, he seems about good enough to be a number 1 pick. Maybe I don't know. Maybe because he's never won anything.
13 seasons.
Okay.
Yeah, and no, I don't think he ever really won anything. Didn't really win anything with Atlanta. Obviously, I don't think he won anything with the Devils.
Right.
The Kings in 18-19. No, the Kings didn't win then, did they? No. So yeah, no, he's never won anything, but he's had a couple 50-goal seasons, 40-goal seasons. He was a damn good player. Then he went to Russia and lit the world on fire over there.
You know what? I'm thinking maybe he might be comparable to the next guy on the list.
Okay, a good transition. Carmelo Anthony.
100%.
Yep.
Overrated. Great scorer. Probably a top 5 player in his era in the regular season, but he was just a guy that it's kind of like the James Harden effect. He just could never get it done in the playoffs. He just retired too, last week.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah. Listen, all-time Nick.
Top 10 scorer of all time.
Just he I think I said on the show before, who was it? Cowherd kind of compared him to Luka, where these guys are great scorers, but do they really want to get better defensively? Do they have it in them to get better defensively? That's who Carmelo was, a great scorer, just didn't really care on defense and could never wanted to get in shape and just never really did anything in the playoffs.
Right.
So I think it's Luka's kind of going in that direction, but yeah,
for sure. Number 2 on this list, Tim Tebow.
again, what are we doing here?
What do you mean? Tebow mania? You're saying that was legit?
I just no. I just think that like we like to be overrated. Like you have to have like
expectations.
Yeah, like not the expect. Not even like I think I don't know what it is. Maybe it is expectations, but it's like if Tebow was the number 1 pick and he came out and he sucked, all right. But like, or no, I'm sorry. I think of it more as like a Carmelo Anthony, a good player, overrated. James Harden, a good player, he's overrated. He should be on this list. Like guys like that, like guys that get viewed. Jason Tatum, for example, guys that get viewed as these great players and are overrated, like that have decent careers that just get overrated. Like I don't think Tebow. Like how long did Tebow play? 5 years. Like I don't like.
Right.
I think it was even
How could you overrate that? How could you overrate that?
Right. And Christopher asked what we think of Nick Nurse being Sixers coach. We'll get to it. I promise. We will talk about it. But no, I do agree with you. It makes sense. We're putting up the list. Number one was your boy, Dom, Alex Rodriguez, the most overrated player of all time according to ChatGPT.
I mean, as much as I dislike him, like I don't know how you could say that. I don't.
Well, it probably goes back to the whole steroids and cheating thing.
I guess.
He also he signed for like ridiculous money too. So
he's probably worth that though at the time.
Well, at the time that contract was like obscene at that time.
Yeah,
it's pennies now, but
I know it'd be a steal now.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it was 13 years, 125 million.
I was gonna say I thought it was like 130. Yeah, somewhere around there.
It's like.
Yeah, and now the contract that Harper signs looks like a bargain.
Like
that's cheap.
Yeah.
So, all right, so let's get to it. Nick Nurse, new coach of the Sixers. I think it makes sense. He was I feel like at the top of everybody's list. Obviously won a title with the Raptors back in what year was that? 2018, 2019?
2019.
Yeah,
2019. Okay, so yeah, obviously, they beat the Sixers in that the triple doink or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And then they go on to win the title. So he's got experience. Which how do you guys feel about a kind of a retread coach instead of going the new hire route? Because I've seen both arguments of like people want the fresh face and other people want the experienced coach.
No, you need a proven guy. My opinion, you need a guy that's proven.
Yeah.
You don't, especially because they're not trading Embiid. It's not happening. So like, you're gonna have to bring in somebody that really has proven that they can win. He's in the playoffs every year, and he's won Coach of the Year after that finals. And listen, man, he is X's and O's, and that's what this team needs. They don't need a team friendly coach like Doc Rivers and Brett Brown. They need a guy that's going to tell these guys. They're like Embiid's gonna have a lot of minutes under Nick Nurse, so like they need a guy that's gonna come out there and kind of smack them in the face a bit. True X's and O's guy, always defended Embiid very, very well, so it's good to have that in our corner now.
What else
what his weaknesses are?
I've heard about him, Dom. Nick Nurse. They said that one thing about him is like he'll go against the front office, like if he doesn't believe in something, like he'll do exactly the opposite of what they say.
And you know what? I also too, I think what people don't think he's a good developing coach, like a good coach that develops players, which I totally disagree. He made Siakam a top 15, top 20, look like a top 15 or 20 player in the league at points in his career, and like he was a second round pick. So like, just imagine if they do keep Maxey this offseason, like just imagine what he could do for a guy like that who's progressed every year.
Yeah, and they do need structure. You talked about it, and you talked about he defended Embiid really well, obviously in the playoffs. And I did you guys see the excerpt that came out from his book? Did you guys see that?
Nah.
That floating around. So this is from Nick Nurse's book. Apparently he has a book. Everybody's got a book nowadays.
Okay. Well, usually when you win a title, you get to write a book, like Doug Peterson.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Nurse loves the triangle offense. He does not enjoy looking at a static offense that just keeps pounding the ball into the biggest guy on the court. This is a quote directly from him. Embiid is a monumentally gifted player, massive at 7 feet tall and 280 pounds, with great strength and quickness, unusually nimble footwork for a man that big, and a nice shooting touch. But he also but he also plays off emotion. Nurse told the Raptors, listen, Embiid's a different player if he doesn't get off to a good start. He rides the crowd. For that first 5 minutes until they sub him out, every time he catches it in the post, we're sending everybody. We're not letting him get a shot off. Nurse says in that playoff series, after they started the strategy of swarming Embiid to begin the game to get him off to bad starts, Embiid shot 18 for 49 overall.
I'm curious when that book was written because I disagree with that the last 2 years of Embiid.
Okay.
Especially this year, more than anything.
Yeah.
This dude, he could put up 3 in the first quarter and end with 45.
Yep.
Like he's been a second half guy this whole year. I'm curious when that was written though.
I'm not sure. I'll try to find it.
So you know what I do got to say about Nick Nurse, Mike.
Sorry to cut you off. October 13th, 2020. So
okay.
Right after his, they win the
title. Yep.
The title. Yeah.
So Mike, you refused to call Doc Rivers, right?
Correct. He's glad.
So will you call Nick Nurse Dr. Nurse? He has his PhD.
Does he?
He does have his PhD.
He's more of a doctor than Doc is.
He's got his PhD in sports leadership.
The whole joke today was they went from a doctor to a nurse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So listen, right now we have a nurse. I'm perfectly fine with that. If he lives up to the hype and he brings the team, the city a championship, I'm sure we can think of different names to crown him the king of Philadelphia or whatever else you want to use for him.
Also, what I love about Nurse is, like I said, it's XO's guy. He's not like going to be like Doc Rivers, where which Doc Rivers is known for letting the players kind of figure things out on their own. Doc Rivers, if you look at their offense, dude, I've seen stuff from the playoffs, like still shots of like 3 guys sitting in one corner and like Embiid's in another corner and Harden's at the top, and it's like there's no spacing, nobody moves around, and I think Nick Nurse is going to be that guy that really, like I said, X's and O's, just moves guys around, puts guys in the right position. But I'm really, really, really excited. He's young. He's a really good coach. He was my top guy. He was 1. Monty was 1A, and Budenholzer was 2nd. So.
And he did say, Nick Nurse did say he picked the Sixers over the Suns.
And Milwaukee.
And Milwaukee, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Milwaukee offered him the job. He turned it down. They hired his assistant, Nick Nurse's assistant,
Okay.
and then he came out and said he turned down the Suns as well
for the Sixers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like honestly, like Durant's gonna leave probably at some point, and then you're stuck with Chris Paul and Devin Booker.
Yeah.
So.
Right. And being, we talk about the roster, but like there's pieces here, right? You have Embiid, just won an MVP. You have Maxey, who looks like his up and coming guy that they can hopefully build around and build something with. I think it's a good hire.
I was gonna say this offseason, I don't know if we'll have pieces. We'll see what pieces we do have, because if the Blazers call and they say we'll take Tobias's contract, but we want Maxey for Lillard, I'm shipping Maxey out because it's time to win. Like it's as much as I think Max is a nice player, he's just, I don't think he has it to be the number 1 guy to build around. Not saying you can't build around him. I think you can if you bring in a guy that's a better player than him. I just think he's a number 2 or a really, really good number 3, or he'll develop into that. But listen, if the Blazers call and say we'll take that contract, but you got to add Maxey, give me Lillard because it's time to win. There's no more way around.
So your offer is Tobias and Maxey for Lillard.
No, not just that. I'm just saying, because I mean, listen, it might not be the best offer, but like, what else? What other teams are offering anything? I mean, Milwaukee, if they want to get rid of Drew Holiday and bring in Lillard, that's an upgrade. But like, they're the only team that really has anything. Maybe the Heat, but like, I don't know. Are you really gonna take Tyler Hero? Like, they look better without him.
It doesn't really move the needle. Yeah.
So like what else? Who else is going to go after Lillard? Lillard's going to want to go somewhere that's competing. So, like, what other contract do you have? And if they take Tobias and Maxey, that they're saying, all right, it's a rebuild, which they need to do.
Does he even want to leave? Like, he's been kind of back and forth, Lillard.
I think he's at the point where if it happens, he wants to dictate where he goes. But
what's his contract look like?
He just signed a crazy contract.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure he signed a crazy deal.
I mean,
not that
I'll pay him.
More crazier than Tobias. So,
well, no, not that. I was seeing how close he was to free agency. That's why I was curious.
What else are they gonna do this offseason? It's like you're not gonna give Harden 210 million, right, for 4 years. You don't have a first round pick till 2028.
He's got two more years left on his deal.
Yeah, sign me up.
Yeah.
It's time to win now. Like there's no more waiting around. Go get the guy. I think in the right situation, if he's saying, all right, they're going to trade me, I'm going to go Miami, New York, or Philadelphia, which New York might have a good deal too. New York might say, well, no, I don't think Portland would trade for Julius Randle without Lillard. Like, I don't know, what does that do? So like,
it does nothing.
Right, and they have Brunson now. Brunson looks like a freaking star. So like,
I know. No.
Yeah, so I don't think New York's going to be like that interested in giving up a ton for Lillard. Like, yeah, I don't know. It just depends on what they want to do. I'm sure he's saying I'll go to these 3 or 4 teams. If it can't happen, I want to stay.
Yeah.
Who else? But there's nobody else out there, right?
What do you mean? Like in the market?
Free agents just are not good.
Yeah, no, we read them off a couple weeks ago. There's really nobody that kind of moves the needle.
Like, there's some good role players because they're gonna have to make some decisions. Like Niang is up, so they're gonna have to make a decision. Like, do they bring him back, or are there other guys that are like deeper in free agency that you can get?
Um,
I think you could go out and get a better player than Niang.
Yeah. Listen, Niang's another one of them. Like, he's good in the regular season, a 3-and-D guy, and then the playoffs come and he just, he's not supposed to hit big shots. He's a nice role player. Like
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Listen, there's a couple things they could do here. I mean, they decided to let Harden walk. You could sit here and say, like you said in our group chat today, Van Vliet is interesting. I don't know, dude. If they don't give him a ton of money, like, do you go out and get, I don't know, Porzingis? Like those two guys. Like, does that move the needle? I don't know. He's played well this year. He won't clog the lane for Embiid. Like,
yeah,
he hits a lot of threes. Like, he's a good 3-point shooter. So like, but he can't stay healthy either. So,
and
Nurse
likes that quicker point guard, like Lowry and Van Vliet. Like, that's been the go-to.
I think Van Vliet, there's a really, really good chance he comes here.
Yeah, I would love that too, because he can score too. Like, he can go off for 25.
I like it. This year was his best year by far. Last year he averaged one more point or 2 more points. But this year he averaged 1 less point, but more assists, more steals, more blocks. Like, he gives you a little bit more than just, And
he's tough too. He's a tough player. Like, he's got that toughness.
He's one of those guys that came from the G League or D League, whatever it is.
It was the D League then,
Yeah. So his first 3 years in the league in the NBA weren't great, and then Nick Nurse comes in and makes him, a really good player. I honestly, if Harden walks and they can't make a trade for a guy like Lillard, I think Van Vliet's the guy, and then maybe somebody else too, if they could trade Tobias.
Would you bring back Harden if it meant giving him a 3 or 4 year deal?
No, I'm not bringing Harden back.
No,
for
4 years you can't. He'll be 37.
Apparently, that's what he wants.
I know, but
right.
And I want $1 million. So
right, exactly. But that's what star athletes they go. They request and.
By the way,
they usually get it.
I'm watching this Celtics Heat game. Obviously, it's halftime, but I am not wearing a Celtics shirt. It's an Eagles shirt.
I assumed it was an Eagles shirt.
Yeah, it's an Eagles shirt.
Yeah, I didn't think
so,
you of all.
I didn't want people to get get a little nervous here.
Yeah.
You know what else I heard, Dom, about Nick Nurse? Is that it's really hard to get people to sign in Toronto.
Yeah, of course.
I believe
that. Nobody wants to go there.
It's not just because of that, because the taxes in Canada are super high.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And he's gotten a couple guys want to stay up there and sign them.
Plus, dude, it's hockey. Like, not that they care about basketball when they're good.
Well, dude, it's funny you say that because the joke about when players in the NHL have trade no trade clauses, and they have like an 8-team no trade list. 7 of them are usually the Canadian team because nobody wants to play in Canada because of the money, because of the taxes. They call it like a no trade to Canada a list. Is basically what they do.
Who was it? Somebody said he went there play basketball. Lou Williams, maybe. He played there for like 3 or 4 years, and he was like, "Yo, I got traded there." He said, "There's just like there's only strip clubs." He's like, "That's it. Like, there's nothing else to do. Like, it's like Buffalo. I mean, not like Buffalo. I'm sure it's a fun city, but like to live there for 4 years, 3 years in the cold and I don't know. It's tough. It sounds tough.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to do it. I'd visit. I don't want to do it though. I wouldn't want to live there for 3-4 years.
right. Yeah. So no, I definitely get them struggling to bring people in, 100%.
Yeah, but they said Nurse was able to get that. Like, they almost had Kawhi back. I think like they were in contention for it, right?
And when they got him, was that a trade? I don't remember.
Trade.
Yeah, he had 1 year left on his deal.
Yeah.
The Lakers, the Sixers, and the Raptors were the 3 teams pushing for him. And nobody wanted to trade Ben Simmons for Kawhi.
Yep.
Oh, God.
It just continues.
But this is when Ben Simmons had the potential.
Right, for sure.
Do you guys ever hear about why the Raptors used their original logo? So they were created in '95, I guess. They formed in '95. I guess it was their first season. Did you ever hear why they chose the Raptor, like that specific
I don't
logo?
think so.
Like, you know the logo I'm talking about, the Vince Carter era.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So the reason is because Toronto is such a big hockey city that they wanted to get young fans to notice them, kind of, and so they chose a Raptor. The 10-year-old kids that they're trying to attract. That's why they chose a Raptor, and they kept it for 10 or 15 years, and then they eventually switched the logo. Yeah. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up now. Okay. Yeah. What I'm trying to think what their logo is now.
It's like a
It's
claw.
just it's like a basketball with like 3 claw marks.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Go back
Yep.
to.
They should go back to that.
They should. It's easily a top 10 jersey of all time in sports.
Oh yeah, especially the just Vince Carter one.
Yeah.
Vince Carter. Rock. Why do I say Rockets?
Tracy McGrady.
Tracy. Yeah. T-Mac. Yeah. But Vince Carter, Toronto jersey. That's definitely a top jersey.
Do you know they're cousins? They didn't know.
That.
Yeah, they didn't know they were cousins until they made it to the NBA.
Really?
Yeah, Vince Carter was at like a cookout or something like with his family right after he got drafted, and like his grandma. Yeah, she's probably gonna start making noises, dude. She doesn't make a noise all day until I turn this on. Vince Carter was at a family thing, and his grandmother was like, "Oh, what?"
So it's a nice looking jersey.
Yeah.
I cut you off.
No, his grandmother was like, "Oh, my sister's or my cousin's kid is also going to the NBA." He was like, "Who is it?" Like Tracy McGrady. They knew each other from playing in high school and stuff. He's like, "Oh, it's Tracy McGrady." He's like, "What the hell? I'm related to Tracy McGrady." So it's funny. I think they're from the same state.
Yeah, both Tracy McGrady and Vince Carter would be top 10 underrated.
I think Tracy McGrady is way overrated.
Really?
Yes. I don't think people said he was better than Iverson, and it's not even close. I think he's a bit overrated. I think he's James Harden. Great scorer, just could never do anything. When it meant the most, he didn't do anything.
Vince Carter?
Vince Carter's great. Vince Carter's walks in the Hall of Fame.
Is Tracy McGrady
is he not in yet?
I don't know if he's eligible. He just retired in 2020. He played forever, man.
Yeah,
Vince Carter?
Vince Carter played 23 years.
2020?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I think he's eligible.
Wait, who did he retire? Was he with Milwaukee?
Memphis, I think.
Yeah, and he was outplay. He was
Nah, he was on 2 teams after Memphis.
Okay, who was he with? Atlanta?
He finished his career with Atlanta, yeah, but before that, he was with the Kings.
So what happened was in 2020, when COVID hit and the season stopped, he basically said, "I'm going to come back when we resume," and that's it.
Yep.
And he came back and played they played 3 games because I think they were in the they were one of those bubble teams where or the playing teams, I believe. And
that's crazy. Started
he was literally he said these are going to be my last 3 games, and
he started his career in 1997.
Yeah.
all the way to 2020.
Yeah, he played like
That is
23 years. It's crazy.
Fucking nuts. Good for him.
And he was like good too, like for most of his career.
Well, I remember him being in Memphis and like being on the floor, like telling people what to do. You know what I mean? Like having that, and that's when Memphis was good. That was like Zach Randolph Memphis and Mike Conley Memphis, like good Memphis, not like what Memphis is today.
I
Well,
mean,
actually, I'm lying. Memphis is bad. Yeah.
His last year in Memphis, he averaged 8 points. I mean, that's
solid.
Not bad
for a bench player.
No. And his
how many minutes did he average that year?
Was 24.7. Decent amount of minutes, actually.
Yeah. It's a little light.
And like what was he, point to at the time?
Yeah, probably something like that. 41.
41 out there averaging.
Yep.
Yeah.
24 minutes.
Yep.
LeBron does it. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, LeBron's only 38.
Here we go.
He's got another 10 years.
I just trying to excite you a little bit.
You think it's 10 more years? Why would he want to?
He wants to play with Bronny.
You know what's funny?
That's the most overrated like sports like topic of all time.
How is
that his real name? Hold on. Is that his real name? Bronny?
No, it's LeBron. No, it's LeBron Jr.
It's a dumb nickname. It's a dumb nickname.
Well, he said he regretted naming his kid LeBron after himself.
No shit. It's like Michael Jordan naming his kid Michael Jordan. Yeah. Stupid.
But what was I saying here?
Sorry to cut you off.
You know what I think is fucking hilarious is that he controls the narrative so much that he gets swept.
It's smart.
He gets swept.
It's
not smart. It's stupid.
It is smart.
He gets swept. 4-0 against Denver, and he comes out and he says, "I might retire this year." There's no shot he retires this year.
But it's smart on him.
How is that smart? How is that smart?
Because he doesn't have to answer another question.
I'm not saying it's not smart. I'm not saying it's not smart. I just hate it.
Everybody else now is talking about, instead of them going on air the next day and talking about how awful the Lakers looked, they talked about, is LeBron retiring?
There's no shot.
But it
doesn't matter.
Well, hold on. Isn't that a cop out though? Like you should be held responsible.
Hold up.
You should.
Did you watch any? Like LeBron played really.
He played
well.
really good.
I didn't watch a fucking second of it.
He played really well.
I know I didn't watch a second of it. But great players make the team better, and you got swept. So even if it wasn't his fault, you still have a responsibility as the leader of the team.
I mean, I will say this. Listen, I'm the middle guy here. I think LeBron played really, really well.
You're not the middle guy. You hate LeBron too.
I don't like the player, but I'm just saying he played a great series. The only other guy that showed up that entire series was Austin Reeves, but Denver literally had two guys averaging like over 30, like Jokic and Murray. Murray's the reason they're in the finals. Jokic played great, but Murray averaged like 33 or 32 in this series. Like that's why they're in the finals. That's why the Sixers are who they are. That's they don't have a Jamal Murray, and I think Jamal Murray's he's fine, but he stepped up, and that's why they beat the Lakers.
Speaking about LeBron, though,
here we go.
I heard something where, so basically he's got a player option this year.
Yeah.
And then next year he's an unrestricted free agent to sign wherever he wants. The same year Bronny goes into the draft.
Yeah, so they'll both be in like Charlotte.
With LaMelo?
Actually, you know what? Charlotte actually might be really good. Not really good next year, but a lot better because the kid they're going to get at number 2, I think is going to be a freak.
Could you imagine? Wait, can you imagine if they did go to both the Charlotte and Michael Jordan's their owner?
Yeah,
that'd be pretty funny.
He still owns them.
Yeah,
he still owns them, huh? Okay, interesting. That's whatever. I couldn't care less about LeBron James. I just couldn't.
If he played for the Sixers, you'd cheer for him.
Sure. Why not? I don't know that I would love him. I would root for him because that would mean that would be me rooting for the Sixers.
We're already talking about LeBron coming here in 2 years. Embiid's gonna have one leg by then.
Right. Exactly. Yep. So I don't know. Speaking of Michael Jordan, Dom, did you watch Air yet? Chris?
I
did you
have
watch it?
not.
Okay.
I had a really, really busy weekend.
Okay.
I wanted to watch it this weekend, but I got my wife on board to watch it. So,
Okay. Watch it
well,
this
actually,
week.
if she's on board to watch it, that means it'll get done. So, because I
Watch
can't
it-
do anything on my own.
Right,
So,
right. Watch it this week. And
yeah,
we'll talk
I'm
about it
gonna-
next week. That's your
by the
homework.
next-
That's both
yes,
your
by the
homework.
next- I was
What's
going
it
to tell
on?
you
It
by
is
the next
on HBO Max.
HBO
I
Max,
believe.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
by the next show, I will watch it.
Okay.
I will watch it too.
Oh, but no, wait, no. Is it HBO Max or is it Prime? It might be Prime.
I thought it was Max. HBO Max.
I forget. No, I think it was Prime. I think it was Prime Video.
That's
It
it was Prime.
Yeah, I think it was Prime.
I don't know.
So yeah, not really. I enjoyed it. So we'll talk about it next week.
All right,
Okay.
can we talk about a sad thing, Mike?
Um,
Me and you.
Sad thing.
Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso is the last episode is Wednesday.
Is it?
Yep, that's
It's
it.
a quick season.
Ever. Yep.
Yeah, I knew this was the last season. Wow. I didn't know that. That seems short. What? 10 episodes?
12.
12 episodes?
Yep.
I think I'm one behind.
Yeah, I just got caught up during paternity leave.
Was
I like
that-
watch
was that
them all.
Was that like the plan the whole time? Like,
yeah, before
Yeah.
they went into the season knowing this was
How many seasons is that?
This is
3.
the third.
See, I'm into the like 3-4 seasons of a show, like a comedy, especially.
Yeah,
Don't
especially
overdo
like
it.
that. There's really not a whole lot they could kind of
You could do. Yeah, you're done. You're done.
Right. Like let's take Entourage for example. Like I think there are times where it gets a little stale. Like
I have to
season-
get. I felt so far
Like-
off of that.
the first
Unacceptable.
the first 4 seasons are incredible. The first 3 are incredible. The 4th is great. Then like the 5th
I like
and
them all,
6th and
but-
7th, it gets a little stale. And then the 8th season, they kind of bring it back to like what it was. Like the 4 guys live together again, and like
Right.
I love it. I mean, I love it all. I watch it all the time, but it like
I think I stopped on 3B.
Yeah,
I think
like-
that's where I was like,
Pick it back
there's
up.
a point where like in season 7, Ari gets a little too mean. Where like not in the funny mean, like he gets kind of annoying, and I'm like, he's like yelling at people for no reason. It's
Yeah,
like
but I think
it's
that
a
was on
little
purpose. I
stale.
think it was on purpose though.
no, but I don't like that. Like I don't like. He was going through a lot of other
Yeah,
shit.
it was the pressure of it was
Yes.
finally getting to him.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was getting a little too serious for me.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know.
On to other things. You mentioned it a little bit. How was? I know you had a busy weekend. Tell me
Yes.
about Yankee Stadium.
Okay, so this is my 6th stadium. I rank it my 5th favorite, and it was really good. It's a cool stadium.
Okay, what's 1 through 4? Real
just
quick?
because it's 5th doesn't mean it's bad. It's just
Before you talk
good.
about the stadium, what's 1 through 4?
my favorite 1 through 4 is Dodger Stadium 1, Fenway 2, Orioles 3, Phillies 4, Yankees 5, Angels
Okay.
6.
Okay.
Favorite.
Okay. Yeah, no, I got you.
Nicest, I think Orioles. Dude, we underappreciate. There are so many people that I feel like underappreciate the beauty of Citizens Bank Park. Like compared to other
Sure.
stadiums that I've been to, like it's the second most beautiful that I've been to.
Yeah. Yeah.
did you go to PNC too, Don?
Not yet. No, it's on the list.
PNC.
I heard PNC is incredible. I saw PNC. I went to the Flyers outdoor game in Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, so like I walked past PNC. It looks incredible. But yeah.
It's one of the best backdrops in the league.
Yep.
A lot of people put that in the Orioles, like top 3. So
Back to Yankee Stadium. So who do they play that game?
they played the Padres.
They played it was a good game with crowd. I mean, I'm sure it's a sellout
It
every year. It's
was-
Yankee Stadium. It's probably sellout.
Yeah,
all the time.
that was packed.
Yeah.
We were like I got a story. So we were like 2 rows from the back, like the top, and bunch of like younger kids, like college, maybe like a little bit older than college, like roughly around my age, a little younger. We're sitting up there, and I'm the first seat, like where the stairs are. So like I'm the first seat in the row, and the first seat on the other side of the steps of the other section, there's like maybe like 15 people that are together, girls and guys around our age, like not like between the ages of like 25 and 32, probably like or all around our age. Then there's a set of girls who are probably like just about 21, maybe 20, maybe 22, sitting behind them. There's like 5 or 6 of them. This girl gets up and she walks past her friends and she starts puking like everywhere.
Oh, nice.
Like holds her mouth and like just pukes everywhere. And everybody looks around and she runs down the steps, and right before she gets to like walking back into the concourse area, I guess, she starts doing it again. And her friend goes, "Oh no, it's just water." And we all looked at each other, and I said out loud, I said, "That's not water. There's chunks." And she was like, "It was vodka. Like you could smell it. Like it was vodka. It was clear." That's why she said it was water. Dude, her one friend like followed her. Other 2 friends just sat there. I'm like, "Yo, if that's my friend, I'm getting the fuck out of there. I'm not sitting here." Dude, we were abusing them. Like the kids behind us. This one kid in that that group of like 15 I was telling you about goes up, and he smells it, and he goes, "Water." And we're like, I was like, dude, there's chunks. Like, it's not water.
That's when you hit him with the classic line and be like, "I remember my first beer."
Yeah. I thought about it. The kid behind me was like, "Yo, that kid's a dirtball." Like he just went up and smelled it.
that is a wild move.
Yeah, but it was funny. The guys in front of us, I was like, "Dude, that's not water." He turned around, he said, "Absolutely not water."
No.
But no, it was fun. It's a beautiful, like, actual field.
Would you have like food wise? Was food any good?
Every time I go to a stadium, I get a hot dog. The best hot dog I've had. The Phillies are second.
That's your choice, just a hot dog. You don't want to try like the exotic shit they have?
No, my wife got the like the chicken bucket they have. It's like what happens is you get like one of those like like the big plastic cups with like the logo, like the
souvenir cup type thing.
The souvenir cup. Yeah, they give you a souvenir cup. They fill it up with soda. Then on top they put this bowl, and they fill it with like fries and chicken fingers, and then you get a straw and you put it through so you can drink it while.
You should have put a hot dog
in there.
You should have gone with a glizzy straw.
So she got that. They were okay. Like the fries were okay. The chicken tenders were like pretty average. Yeah.
Right.
Like, but I try hot dog everywhere I go. It's easily the best dog I've had. The Phillies are second. Like that's another thing we don't appreciate. The Phillies give you a stale bun though. Like
I don't really eat the hot dog. I don't really eat the hot dogs when I go to Phillies games.
Yeah.
I go to Campos and I get the heater. Delicious.
Yeah. But I do like the Dodger dog's a little overrated. The Angels hot dog was nothing special. The Fenway is probably third best dog I've had. Where else have I been? Oh, Orioles was probably third actually. Fenway's probably fourth.
How'd you guys get up there?
Drive,
train?
Yeah,
okay. How was the traffic like around the was it tough to get to Yankee Stadium? I imagine it's tough to get to.
A little bit. So it was about 3 hours with traffic. It was supposed to be 2 on the dot at like 1 hour 59 minutes, and then we hit a lot of traffic. It was a nightmare getting to our parking. So like we were supposed to get there at like 11:15. We didn't get there till 12:07. Like I dropped my wife off up front, and I went to go park because it was a really far walk because she's obviously she's pregnant. But like
you probably spent $50 for parking.
Actually, I did not pay for parking, so I can't complain. Nice. We went with my in-laws. My in-laws paid.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So, we drove and they drove separately because we didn't have a car big enough to fit everybody. So like,
all right,
dude, like they block everything off like an hour before the game, but we were there at 11:57 or whatever. I didn't get past Yankee Stadium. It took me like 10 minutes to get past Yankee Stadium. Everything's blocked off. Once we got to the parking, we had to go around like a different way than the GPS was saying because they
blocked. What time was the game? Like 1:05, 1:30?
1:05, yeah.
1:05,
yeah. And then we parked. Dude, we walked from the valet to the stadium it was valet parking. I don't know. We walked from there to the stadium, and it is a party. Like I don't know if night games during the week are like this, but I'm sure it's like this on the weekend and during day games on the weekend. But like, it's a lot of fun. It looks like a lot of fun. Yeah. Like it kind of reminds me of Boston. Like Boston, right behind Fenway's, like Lansdowne Street. Like bunch of bars. Like this was an outdoor bar. It looked like a ton of fun. They were playing music. Like a lot of young people. It's the nicest stadium from the outside. Yeah. I'll say that. I walked around the stadium for a little bit by myself. Okay. It's a little tight. Like I will say that for like a
seems
newer
it would
ballpark,
be, yeah.
for a newer ballpark, like I'm kind of surprised. Like the Phillies, like I said, we underappreciate it. It's gigantic. Like
Yep.
from where the sections start to like the food.
Oh
Yankee
yeah,
Stadium's
you're
well,
very like if that place is packed, you're still comfortable moving around.
yeah,
at
right.
Citizens Bank
So
Park,
like
yeah.
like Fenway and Dodger Stadium, they're old, so like
Yep.
you understand it. They're a little tight, but like Yankee Stadium is so new that like it's a little
Dude,
strange.
when was that built? 08, 09?
09, I think it opened. I think the year they won the World Series, they beat us was the first year. Because I think 08 was they had the All-Star game in 08, and that's when Utley got booed, and he said on camera,
Boo,
Ooh,
fuck you.
yeah. So, yeah, I mean it's a nice stadium. It's just nice. Like it's nothing
Okay.
special.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's
Nice,
built
nice,
right across from Old Yankee Stadium, which is now like a baseball field. Yeah, I walked through the
Like a
tunnel.
Little League baseball field.
Yeah, I walked through the
nice.
tunnel in center field. Like they have like a tunnel. Like
Yeah, what do
behind
they call it? Like Memorial?
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see that. I tried to like look. So, dude, you know what? You know what else I don't like about it that much? When you're here, and I think Fenway does this too, where like, and the Dodgers do this. The Dodgers have like huts, kind of like. So I collect the pennant and I collect an ice cream hat, like the
Yeah,
they,
the plastics, the little
Yeah.
plastic.
So like every other stadium I've been to does this, where like they put signs for like ice cream or hot dogs. Like they don't do that. Like it took me like 45 minutes. Like I missed most of the game because like I was trying to find this, and I'm not here for the game. I'm here to like experience. The stadium. Dude, we went down in like the second inning to like the pro shop, and I got my pennant, and I started walking around by myself, and I was back by the sixth inning. Now that obviously the pitch clock has something to do with that, but I
Right.
didn't really care that much because I don't really care about the Yankees. But like, I saw Tatis's home run from the third baseline walking. Dude, he smoked it. Like just the sound off the bat was incredible. I will say this: if I ever get a chance to go back, I want to sit on the first and third base line because it's closer than anything I've ever seen.
Really?
So yeah, I will say that. But we sat in right field, so
Nice.
but it's cool. Yeah, I'd do it again, but
Okay.
not dying to do it now.
I hear you. I was just curious how to get your thoughts on that.
Yeah.
We talk a little Phillies. So they split with the Braves. Honestly, I'll take a split. I think that's fine. I really think Sunday's game was like a scheduled loss, like with the pitching matchup that happened.
Right.
They had no chance of winning that game.
Dude, so when you watched it, did you watch it through ESPN? Or did you
Yes.
watch it on CSN?
Well, I think it was ESPN, but we were at a family party, so I didn't really hear what was going
Dude,
on.
they talked about Spencer Strider's legs for like a good 5 or 6 minutes.
I was at the bar and I heard.
Where I'm like, come on, like his base is like his legs are just phenomenal. I'm like, oh my god, like get off this guy.
Surprising we're talking about his junk. All he does is just wiggle his dick at you when he's about to throw the ball.
Which is a little weird because like he's got that creepy mustache. So like,
yeah.
It all checks out, honestly.
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. He's on some lists.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, listen, damn good pitcher though.
So neither one of you heard Thompson in like the third inning talking? They
No,
asked him 2
No.
questions.
Okay.
First was, how's Andrew Painter doing? And his answer was somewhere along the lines of, he's doing really well. And like that was it.
Okay.
And then the next question was, when do you think Harper's going to go play first base? And he's like, definitely won't see that until after the All-Star break.
Oh, and then he said, but he's proven me wrong once
Yes.
or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's
Okay.
like, he's getting much better at reading the ball. I'm like,
So
what are you reading?
So we could see him by June 15th. Well, I think reading the ball is fair. Like off the bat, it's playing first is much different than playing right field, obviously.
Yeah.
It's easier.
Well,
Playing first is easier than
no,
playing.
it's easy. It's easier, but it's a different angle. It's
Oh,
the
yeah.
line drives and
Ball comes in a lot quicker.
exactly. So I get the reading thing being a thing.
It's instead of coming out in 3 seconds, it's coming at you in
1.5.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. So,
Plus, I'm sure he's he's a freak athlete. I'm sure he's great at fielding ground balls, but he's going to get a lot more ground balls at first base than he is in right field.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, if they're saying the All-Star break, wouldn't be surprised if it's June 15th. It's
tomorrow.
Right. It's just the way his rehab's kind of gone.
Cody Clemens has been hitting the ball pretty well.
Yeah, he's been fine. I don't have a complaint about Cody Clemens. Any complaint that I would have is pitching. This team can't pitch for shit.
Well, you did say to send them down for Scott Kingery earlier this year.
I did. That was before the pitching went to absolute shit. Now I don't care. Now I don't care about Cody Clemens.
I'm just messing with you.
Yeah.
Is Jake Cave still on the team?
He's not. He's not in AAA.
No, but I mean, like, is he
he hit a homer though? Right?
Yeah, I was gonna say he had a big game the other night. So
yeah,
I don't want Jake Cave on this team either. To be fair.
No.
So they need to get a pitcher, right?
This other kid they have, Guthrie.
Yeah, Guthrie.
I'd rather have Jake Cave, honestly.
To answer your question, yes, they need a pitcher, Chris. Yes.
So, like, is Painter? If Painter comes back, is he your sixth? Can you run a 6-man at that point?
No, I think they want. If that's me, I'm gonna have him pitch down in the minors.
Yeah, absolutely.
The whole year,
probably.
Well, let's see how it goes.
Right, like maybe September, maybe. We'll see how it goes. How he's pitching.
Let's say he comes back. What next month? What's today? The May 29th.
About to be June 1st in a few days.
So let's say he comes back by like the end of June, early July. I mean, if he's rolling in August,
I just want to see him get innings.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
This point, that's all I want to see him do. What I would do is I think I would bring up Griff McGarry.
Yeah, I think he's probably
close. I don't know if he's definitely ready, but I think he's close. He's closer than Abel to being ready.
I don't know enough about what he's doing right now.
He's been okay down there. Abel hasn't been good at all.
Right.
Down in AAA, but
Abel's older too than Painter, right? I think he's a year older
than Painter. He's older than Painter. Yep. He's gotten roughed up a little bit down there, but Griff McGarry's pitched pretty well.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to see Abel till after, maybe not even next year. You might see him the year after.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Possible.
Well, they need to go.
I think if anything, the middle of next year. I think at the least, middle of next year.
Well, that's kind of
before that.
Yeah, that's kind of thing that's scary. Is like this team has so many pitching problems this year, and you might lose one in Nola next year, and then Zach Wheeler is the year after that, I believe, right? So it's concerning.
Yeah. They need to go make a move.
But I'm not rushing these guys though. I'm not.
No, I'm not rushing them either. I don't know what you do or what you can do to get pitching, because with this lineup and the players that you have, like the window's right now, but they're not winning anything with this pitching staff either. There's
a lot of really good free agents next year. Pitchers.
Okay.
There's Severino, Nola.
Are we really gonna talk about free agent pitchers in June? Not even June yet.
Well, if they stop giving up 5 runs a game, the starters, yeah, we are. Or if they don't stop, rather. You know who else is out there next year?
Who? Okay.
Shohei Ohtani.
There's zero chance Shohei Ohtani's in Philadelphia.
I read an article today that the Phillies and the Reds probably
to trade for him. They're not gonna get Shohei Ohtani next year.
No,
they're not signing him to any deal.
He's going to the Dodgers.
I don't even think he's going to the Dodgers.
I think he's a Red Sox.
No, I don't think he's a Red Sox. He doesn't want to come to the East Coast.
Where's he go? Seattle?
Seattle. Yep.
Seattle.
I actually think that would be fun.
Seattle. I'm going to say it right now. Book it. Seattle makes the World Series this year.
Really?
They come out of the AL.
I think Seattle's fun. I would rather him out of any of the West Coast teams. I would rather him go to Seattle more.
I might put $5 Chris on that.
It's fine.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, ball on
Seattle to make the AL.
Yeah.
Yep. Game on a budget.
Like
because you know what? When all your bets lose, you can't bet too much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, I think he goes to Seattle. Yeah, I do.
Did you see Rodriguez just signed like a deal with an airline company?
Oh, really?
Alaska Airlines. Whenever he hits a home run, whatever section he hits a home run in, 44 people get a free round trip to wherever they want.
Really?
Yep.
I kind of want to go to Seattle now.
Yeah, just
right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's a
And
free
you have to
round
get
trip.
outfield seats.
Yep.
obviously.
Alaska Airlines is like pretty big up there.
Yeah.
When I flew to Portland, it was through them. They're a good company.
Yeah.
It's a good flight. They're like a top 3 airline. That's
But yeah,
that's a good
if,
deal.
if I had to put my $5 crisp on it, I would say Shohei Ohtani is a Seattle Mariner.
Okay.
Maybe not this year. Maybe they don't trade for him.
No.
But
I mean, as a free agent.
Yeah, free agent. I think he's going to be in Seattle because he wants to stay on the West Coast. By all accounts, that's what I keep hearing.
Yeah. Which
Why
Why would you say Giant?
Because I
San
don't care.
Fran.
I don't care about the Giants, and I don't care about the. I want him in Seattle out of all those teams, and they're more fun. They're up and coming. It's fun.
Their pitching is really good too.
Yep.
Right now. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if like he was like just like went to the Cubs. Like I don't know.
Yeah. Yep.
Like like a random team.
Is he friends? He's friends with that kid from Boston,
Suzuki.
right?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know about Boston.
Yoka.
I know Suzuki is in
Yoshi-
Chicago.
Yoshida, you're talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know if they aren't. It just sounds. Everything I keep hearing is that he wants to stay on the West Coast. Obviously, he's closer to Japan.
Yeah.
That's what I keep hearing. I
You're
don't know
up
how true
there.
that is, but yep.
Yeah,
Right.
true.
Yep. I didn't even think of that connection, but yeah.
And I think is he a coach over there too, Ichiro, like with the Mariners?
I know a couple of years ago he was like an instructor or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he's an actual like coach. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm not. I couldn't tell you. So I don't know. What else you guys want to talk about Phillies? Is there anything else out there? Not really. Right?
I don't
Pitching
think so.
sucks. It's Wheeler looked great, and that's against the good Braves team. That's encouraging. But I don't
you
think.
just gotta keep doing it.
Yeah,
There
right.
was a couple different times you're like, oh wow, he had a really good game, and then he comes out and he shits the bed.
Yep. Yeah, but both him and Nola's ERAs are both what, mid-4?
Yeah.
Around there.
So if the pitching doesn't turn around, they don't have a shot in hell to do anything. That's just the reality. So all right.
The Golden Knights are up 4-0.
Oh, it's 4-0 now. My Xfinity app for some reason is not working. I don't.
Shocker.
I've tried it on my iPad. I tried it on my phone, and I tried it on the browser, and none of them are connecting.
I feel your pain.
So Xfinity's a fucking train wreck. I want to talk a little Eagles. There really isn't a whole lot, but Dom, why do you hate DeAndre Hopkins?
I don't hate DeAndre Hopkins.
From my understanding, you do not want him coming. You do not want him as an Eagle.
No.
That's what you said.
What I said was, I don't prefer him to be here. If he's here, I even said if he comes here, all right, fine. I'm not going to root against. It's like Bijan Robinson. I'm not going to root against them. I'm not going to root against the Eagles. Dude, I was talking to people about it yesterday too, like over the weekend. Like a lot of people agree, man. It's just like it's one ball to feed a lot of mouths. Like, especially because he's not
Get hungry, motherfucker. What?
Yeah, but he's not going to take a cheap deal. He's not 35.
Well, he said he said he's willing to take a cheaper deal. Like I don't know if he's not taking a vet minimum deal, no, but he's willing to cut back because Arizona's still paying him $27 million or whatever it is. Like, they're still paying that.
He's getting it this year too.
Right.
I don't know. I don't. I just it doesn't. If it happens, great. Whatever.
What I saw today is it's going to be Kansas City or Buffalo. Like, that's who it's going to be.
Yeah, but they don't have money either. Like
you don't have to. If he wants to just win a championship, they're one of your two teams that you want to go to on the AFC side.
I don't know, but I don't know if he's going to say, "Oh, I'll take like $6 million to play." Like I don't think he's going to do that. I don't care how much money he's making. I don't care how much money he's getting.
What's the deal? Why did they cut him?
He asked for a trade.
Okay.
And by what it looks like Arizona is like about to blow the whole thing up. Like they're
okay, but and with his contract, nobody wanted to trade for him. I get that.
Right.
If you're Arizona, tell him, okay, pound sand. I'm not trading. I'm not cutting you.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna pay you the same amount.
Well,
regardless, like
it kind of like it gets hard then because you're bringing that guy is going to be poisonous in your locker room.
They're going to suck regardless if he's there or not.
Yeah, but he's going to go out and be in the media like, I don't want to play for, you know what I mean? It almost creates like a worse thing. Like he could go out there and just run lazy routes.
Like, then he gets his head taken off. Like, you can't do that in the NFL.
You can run a lazy route and not catch the ball.
Well, and I guess. But if you take plays off the NFL, you're going to get popped.
Right. I'm just saying, I think, like, and I do think he deserves, like, as a player, like, he's getting towards the end of his career, like.
But I don't think he is, though. He's 30. He's not 35.
But 30, I mean,
and he's
once
had
you hit 30 in the
NFL.
NFL.
Yeah, the last 2 years, he hasn't. I think last year he played what?
We got suspended, last year, 2 years ago?
Yeah,
last year. The year before he played like 10 games. I understand. That's part of the reason why I don't want him either. or wouldn't necessarily be too enamored to take him. I
just think there's no such thing as having too many weapons. I just don't.
Yeah,
and listen, honestly, injuries happen. Devontae goes down and AJ Brown goes down. I'd rather have DeAndre Hopkins fill that void than Quez Watkins.
I'd rather them like call up Arizona and say, "Hey, you're turning into a fire sale. I'll give you a 5th round pick for Budda Baker."
Why not both? Fuck it.
Because there's a cap.
And I get that. And the Eagles are about, I think, $12.5 million away from that cap,
which is actually really good.
Right? Yeah.
I said that at this point, yeah, in the season, but I don't know, man. It's just like I don't think they need him. Like I just don't think it's they have 2 guys that have 1,000 yards last year. They've Goddard. They have another guy in Swift who's going to catch the ball. Like I just don't think there's a reason to bring him in and anything more.
Yeah,
like,
you could overcomplicate.
I don't care how much AJ Brown seems like the guy that isn't like this, but like if he doesn't get the ball, like he's going to complain it eventually. Like
I don't think he will. I
100% disagree with you. 100% disagree with you.
If the quarterback was different, I would agree with you. But he's so close with Jalen, I don't think he would take that personal. I don't.
I don't think you come out and say Jalen's not giving me the ball. I think you come out and say the coach isn't writing up game plans for me to get the ball.
But if they're winning,
he's a diva. He is a diva, and that's not a bad thing. But
all wide receivers are divas.
Because he puts up 1,400 yards, he can be a diva. But I'm just saying, like, if he goes out there and he puts up 800, 900 yards, I think he's gonna say, "Yo, like, there's an issue here."
Yeah,
if they're 14
they win the NFC,
exactly.
Is he saying that? Are they asking him that if they win the NFC? Yo,
he's a diva, dude. He's a diva.
The only way it goes south is if they win 9 games.
All right, and then what happens if Hopkins is like that? Like, what happens if Hopkins comes out and says, "I'm not getting the ball"?
You sign him for a cheap enough deal. You could say, "Go fuck off" and cut him.
I just don't think you need him. I don't think you need him at all. At all.
They said the Browns could be a team to watch out for.
That's what I thought too.
Fuck would he go to the Browns?
Deshaun Watson.
He stinks. Can we stop with Deshaun
That's his boy.
Right. Okay.
That's his boy, though. He had his best.
Do you watch football?
Yeah. What do you mean?
Best seasons.
Do you watch football? Like I don't understand. How does Deshaun Watson stink?
Maybe he doesn't stink, but he deserves to be on the top 10 what is it called? Chat GPT overrated list. He's overrated. Right. He's a fine quarterback. He's fine.
Okay.
He's fine. Well, and the Browns are a fucking franchise full of disgrace and mediocrity. He wants to go to the fucking Browns. Give me a break. I don't see that.
I mean, he scored. That was his best years with Houston.
And they won 4. And they won 4 games. Yeah. And they won 4 games.
No, they were the AFC South. Like they were the best team in the AFC.
They were the best. They were the best team in a league in a division full of shit.
I don't know.
That's
I gotta die.
6 free wins every year. That's 6 free wins every year being in the AFC South. 6 free.
Yeah, 6 free wins. Yep. Andrew Luck had a lot to say about that.
What has he ever won? And Andrew Luck.
Divisions. What do you mean?
Yeah, and then you get to the playoffs and do nothing because you play against real
We're
talent.
talking about divisions. We're talking about the division. We're not talking about playoffs. We're talking about the division. It's not 6 free wins.
He also played in a different era than Deshaun Watson did. And again, the division has always kind of sucked. Like Jacksonville's always been dog shit. They're getting better now, but like the Colts have always kind of sucked. But after Peyton Manning and after Luck and whatever, And who else? Tennessee's always suck. Like the division sucks.
It's not 6 free wins, dude. It's not like
there's hyperbole there, but for the most part, sure. When they won the AFC, how many wins did they get?
I literally don't care what anybody says. Division games are so much different. I don't care how good you are.
The AFC is fucking terrible, awful, god awful.
What do you mean the AFC's terrible?
The AFC South. Sorry, the AFC South. Sorry.
Whatever. I don't know, man.
The AFC South and the NFC South are both terrible right now.
But at least the NFC South had like a run, right? Like Tampa wins. The Saints had a nice run with Drew Brees. Like at least it was respectable down there.
Yeah, the Texans had a run too.
A run?
With Deshaun Watson and
DeAndre Hopkins and J.J. Watt.
And then they won 4 games the next year.
But that's because of Bill O'Brien.
Aaron Foster.
Well, Aaron Foster was there before Deshaun Watson, wasn't he?
Just like you're just sitting here saying it's like you're sitting here saying like games are easy to win in the NFL
against the AFC South. Sure, yeah, absolutely.
No, they're not. They're really not.
Yeah, they are.
They really aren't.
Sure, yeah, they are.
Okay. I think the Eagles struggle against the AFC South.
Do they? I don't know.
The Eagles notoriously struggle against the Colts. I definitely know the Titans always give them a run for their money.
What year did the Texans win the AFC South?
Years.
2 years in a row.
Was it 2 years?
They were like a 12-win team the one year.
Hold on.
And that's more than 6 games against their AFC South. So
relax. Hold on. 2016 and 2018, 2019, all right, whatever.
Deshaun Watson. Yep, whatever. I'm not sitting here saying he's a top 5 quarterback, but he's better than you think he is.
I said he's average. He's fine. He's okay.
No, he's better than average. He's a top 10.
Absolutely.
I don't know if he's a top 10 quarterback. I don't know that he's a top. I disagree. I think I can name 10 better.
You name 10 better.
All right, hold on. Let me take a list of teams this way. I'm not thinking.
You might be right. I don't know, but I want to know. I want to know who the 10 better players are. 10 better quarterbacks.
Hold on. Give me a second here. Let me get the list of teams up this way.
Go easy. You can go with the easy ones.
Right.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Mahomes, Allen.
Well, I'll go. Yeah. All right. Fair. All right. Yeah. Mahomes, Allen. I'll give you Burrow. I'll give you Lamar. I'll give you Hurts. That's 5.
Lamar.
I don't think he's better than Lamar. I think Lamar is way overrated too.
I think Lamar's better than Deshaun Watson. Yes.
What's he done?
Lamar?
Yeah. What's he done? You're gonna sit here and say, "What's Deshaun done? What is Deshaun Watson done? What has Lamar done? He's won 1 playoff game. He sneaked by and hasn't done shit since.
He's won an MVP. And he's in a far better. Division.
Yeah, because he ran for 2,000 yards, and then they got blown out in the first round.
I don't think Lamar. But
no.
We'll keep that right now.
Justin
You're
Herbert.
5.
I'll give you Justin Herbert.
Again, another guy who hasn't done anything in 3 years. Talent-wise, he might be better, but he's got to unlock it. He's still got to unlock it.
Aaron Rodgers.
Now?
Okay. No, I think Rodgers is better.
I'm not gonna lie. It's getting a little.
Yeah, it's getting thin. It's getting real thin.
It's getting
real thin. And guess what? Lamar's not better.
It's getting.
And Lamar's still not better.
He is better.
He's absolutely not better.
What am I at 7? So I need to find 4 more. Daniel Jones.
Oh my God, Mike.
Now he's playing with his dick. Now he's playing.
Yeah, I couldn't come up with one.
Miami's pulling away, by the way.
They are
really?
13.
Wow, love that.
In the fourth quarter.
Justin Fields.
No.
Matt Stafford.
No.
All right, so basically, what I've learned from looking at all these quarterbacks and all these teams
that they're all overrated. That quarterbacks suck.
Yes,
that's what you're gonna say. Yeah,
Yep,
I've known this guy for 27 years. I already know what's gonna come out of his mouth.
Instead of saying Watson's the top
he's
10.
sitting there dying laughing.
Well, I mean, the quarterback stink. They're not as good as they used to be. I don't know.
Yep. Okay.
Kyle Trask, is he better than the?
Yeah. Or tell me this: who are the top 5 quarterbacks in like 2005? Well, not top 5. Give me top 10. McNabb, Favre, maybe. He was at the end of his career in like towards the end of his career in 05. Peyton and Brady, and everybody else sucked.
So I got the 2005.
Vic was good.
Culpepper.
So 2005 passing yard leaders. Tom Brady,
Great.
Trent Green,
Stop.
Brett Favre,
Fifth. Maybe.
Carson Palmer,
Stop.
Eli,
Completely mid. Another
Eli.
guy. Another
I'll
guy.
gi- I'll take Eli.
Only counted in the playoffs. He was only good in the playoffs. Stop.
That's the best time to be good.
Stop.
The best
500.
time to,
He's
if
a
you're gonna be
500
good,
quarterback.
if you're gonna be
He's a
good at one pot,
500 quarterback.
if you're,
Not in
I
the playoffs
understand.
as a wild
I
card player,
understand.
and showed up in the playoffs.
I understand. But if you're going to be good at one point in your life, the playoffs is the time to do that.
Yeah, but we're looking at his career, not just his playoffs.
Listen, and I agree. He's as average as they possibly come. I agree with you. Kerry Collins,
Costello Kerry,
Peyton Manning. I mean, he was obviously great.
Legend.
Drew Bledsoe, Drew Brees, Matt Hasselbeck, Jake Delhomme. Great name. I'd take all these guys over.
Stop.
Deshaun
Jake
Watson.
Delhomme. Wait,
that
you went a little fast here. Brees was at the point in his career where he couldn't stay healthy.
Not
who else was
a 5.
there?
Not
Yeah.
a 5.
Oh yeah. Where was he in 05? Was he in New Orleans yet?
05, yeah.
Okay.
Drew Brees,
Yeah,
talking about?
they came out in 04. Eli and Rivers were 04.
Hold on, I'm looking.
I don't think Brees was there in 05.
He was.
I don't think he went there till like 06, 07. He couldn't stay healthy in San Diego. That's why they traded him.
No, they drafted Eli. Eli was the same draft as.
That was a Rivers, wasn't it?
Rivers,
Phil,
yeah.
it was Phil
No,
Rivers.
Eli and Rivers were the same draft.
Okay.
04.
So he was in New Orleans in 05?
Yeah,
Pretty sure, yeah.
he was there when Katrina hit.
What year was that?
I
05?
think 06. So I think he was already there.
I also didn't get to Kurt Warner. Ever heard of him? Donovan McNabb, Mike Vick, Ben Roethlisberger.
Mike Vick, above average.
I'll take
who
prime,
else we got?
I'll take prime Mike Vick over Deshaun Watson.
Roethlisberger, it was his second year in the league. You can't give me that.
He was in that draft too. 03.
I'll take Roethlisberger over Deshaun Watson.
What I'm saying is,
I'll take
There-
McNabb
there's
over Deshaun
always
Watson.
been
Kurt
a-
Warner.
No,
I'll take
you
over.
wouldn't. No, you
there's
would.
always 5 or 6 quarterbacks, and everybody else is just not as good.
You would not take number 5 over.
Yes, I
Deshaun
would.
Watson.
Absolutely. Sure, I would.
I probably would, honestly.
I wouldn't.
He's done it in the playoffs.
He had absolute dog shit to throw to, too. Like, absolute
He did it in the
dog
playoffs. They always made a run in the playoffs.
Yo.
shit. For a season.
Yeah, and then he sucked after that until he got
He had
Deshaun
nobody to
Jackson.
throw to.
Until he got Deshaun Jackson and Jeremy Maclin.
And he was with them for a year.
And they went to an
2
NFC
years.
championship game.
Yeah.
Well, they had
09.
Jimmy too.
That's Andy Reid's biggest flaws. He never gave, not never, but he rarely
He
gave
waited too
McNabb
long.
any sort of weapon to throw to.
He waited too long.
Yep. They just put
I
Band-Aid
know,
on
I think
Paxton and Thrash.
In 2000, that like mid 2000s, maybe even before 05. I'm thinking more like 02, 03. I think that there are those 5 quarterbacks: Peyton, Brady, McNabb, Favre, and maybe Vic. And even Favre's a little overrated at this point, like in that point in his career. So there's 5 or 6 great quarterbacks, and then there's like the next tier guys, and then the guys that stink. It's always been like that.
Right. So maybe Deshaun Watson like the 8th or 9th best quarterback. Fine, he's top 10. He got me.
Dude, you couldn't name more than 6 players though.
I think I named 7.
Lamar's not bad.
Lamar, no.
Lamar's better than Deshaun Watson.
What has Lamar done, like passing the ball? It's great he runs for 2,000 yards and then gets knocked out in the first round. So, like, how is he any better?
Well, did you hear that? Doesn't he have a goal of
And
throwing?
he
for
didn't play last
6,000
year
this
either, because you know what? He didn't play last year when he should have, when his team was.
I agree.
up
Listen,
against-
I'm
up
not a
against
big
it.
Lamar guy. I'm not a big Lamar guy, and like half of me is only saying Lamar just so I could put one person above the list, above him on my list.
Yeah,
I
I know. I know you're
I'm just not a Deshaun Watson guy. I don't know.
That's fine. You cannot be you don't have to be the Deshaun Watson guy. That's not the argument. The argument is that there's still respect there. Like he's still a really good player.
Well, does anybody really respect Deshaun Watson?
Well, the player versus the human is a lot different.
Right.
But like, he's a good player. He's a top 8, top 7 quarterback in the league, probably.
Sure, but he never won shit.
No, he didn't.
He never won shit.
And Burrow's never won anything either. And Allen's never won a thing either.
Yeah.
Well, Burr's been
So
in the
what-
league for
what-
30
And
seconds.
Miami's up 17.
They've been okay. So Allen's been in the league since 2017. What's he done? Never
Much
made it
better
past the second round. Never gone further than Lamar.
He's just a better quarterback than who he's all about. Than
Deshaun Watson.
Much better
Absolutely.
quarterback.
I'm not saying he's not.
All right, so why are you arguing against that then?
Because you're sitting here saying he like that playoffs matter. Okay, playoffs matter then. What if they hit that Deshaun
Herbert.
Watson's never won?
Herbert
Neither
does.
has Allen. The
No,
only
I-
guy
I
that's ever
understand-
won
I
is
understand.
Mahomes.
No, I get that. But again, he's doing it in the AFC South, and they all suck. The teams suck in the AFC South. It's 6 free wins every year. I'm going back to that.
Not
Going
though.
back.
It's not.
What is
Not
Deshaun Watson's record against those teams? I'm curious.
Look it up. I don't know.
Can I look that up? All right, hold on. Talk amongst yourselves.
But here's the thing. Even if he's 30 and 12 against them, that still counts for something. Like that makes him a good player. No matter how good or bad these teams are, like he's beating them. Like that means something.
Sure.
And I think what's his name was there during that time, Andrew Luck.
Luck
Can I
left
find-
in
okay.
2018, I believe.
So he would have had to play against him. 2018, they won the division.
So he in his career he is 6-1 against the Jaguars, only 3-3 against the Titans, and 2-4 against the Colts.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I thought he beat. I could have swore somebody
So
just said that he beats up on them.
all right. So then he can't beat shitty teams. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Oh, here we go.
All right, I got nothing else to say about Deshaun. I don't care. We wasted too much time on Deshaun Watson.
We did. I don't want Hopkins. There you go.
Yep, exactly.
I said it. I don't want him. I don't think they need him. I
I
think
think-
go spend money on defense because defense wins championships, just like Hopkins said. And Miami, by the way, Miami is really pulling away now.
Yeah.
Love that. What's Butler have? What's he doing?
I'll look it up. I'm not sure off the top of my head.
They're up 12, I got right now.
Butler has 23, 6, and 6.
And how much time's left? About for the fourth quarter still to go.
8.5.
8.5 minutes. Okay, so I mean, he's probably going to put up
There's
30
still time.
plus.
There's still
Yeah,
time for
he's
Boston
gonna-
to come back, but
Totally.
like Miami's hitting their shots. Like
Right.
dude, this Martin kid, man, like he was a nobody, and now he's become a star. Even Duncan Robinson, your boy Duncan Robinson, Chris, like
Yeah.
he played big in the playoffs.
They're up 15 right now. Now they're up.
Dude, you know what this is? And listen, really quick, let me get into it really quick before we go. All these people that are like still in this Butler thing, he was absolutely average in his career in the playoffs until he went to Miami because Spoelstra's the best coach in the league. Go look at his numbers against the Raptors. When he was here,
Yeah.
averaged 19. I think he was under 60% from the line or 50 or 70% from the line. He was absolutely average in his career until he went to Miami. So all these people, we miss Jimmy Butler. He has exceeded all expectations from me in the playoffs. He is a man amongst boys in the playoffs since he's been in Miami, but he's never been this guy until he went to Miami.
Eric Spoelstra is a top 5 playoff coach of all time.
He might be a top 5 coach ever.
Yeah.
For playoffs,
he's
ever.
done it. He's done it.
He's the best coach in the league. This roster should hardly make the playoffs. That's how good he
They
is.
hardly did make the playoffs.
Well,
they're going to be.
they were the
in,
7th seed.
Eight seed, I believe.
No, I'm saying they were the 7th seed, and then the play-in games, they lost the first play-in game, which then bumped them to the 8th seed.
Gotcha.
Well, that's another thing too. People don't realize if like the whole play-in game doesn't exist, this would have been the first round matchup. What we're seeing right now, so that could have been ugly for Boston. Milwaukee could have won that first round. We would have had to play Milwaukee in the second round. You never know. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I don't think they would have won. I don't think the Sixers would have won, but I'm just saying things could be a lot different.
Yeah, but you play who's on the schedule.
Miami's
You
up.
play.
No, absolutely. I'm
now.
just saying if that wasn't a thing, like the playing game wasn't a thing,
Yeah.
we're talking about a different thing here.
I'm curious how the ratings are going to look. Like, do people care about a Denver Miami final?
I think I think it's the finals, man. It's not going to like break records. I think people are going to watch. I'm going to watch as much as I can. Listen, man, Butler's like I said, Butler's been amazing the last 3 years in 4 years in Miami. So like, he might be the reason why people watch. And dude, I told you, Murray was been incredible, like incredible, and Jokic has been incredible. So like,
I also think
it's not going to break records, but people are going to watch.
Yeah, and I think Miami's going to have the upper hand going into it because they've been playing. Like, Denver hasn't played in like a week at this point.
Yeah.
And they're not playing until Thursday.
Right.
And that whole thing that came out, like Miami has they're playing to Denver after this game. People are like, oh, it's so cocky. It's like, do we not know sports here? Like every team does that.
Like, right, exactly. You got to prepare for these things.
Right.
It's much easier if they lose to get on phone and cancel the flight. Like
right, and we're going back to Miami.
Right, yeah, redirected to Miami exactly.
So,
but yeah, so
I really think they're up 19 right now.
19, yeah.
So, 19 with about 7 minutes left, 7.5.
6.5.
6.5. Okay. Yeah, good. Fuck Boston because they should have fucking lost Game 6.
Yep.
That was one of the most wildest finishes like I can remember.
One of the worst. Dude, forget the Sixers series. That was the worst officiated game I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forget any. I think they were bad against the Sixers, but like this doesn't even hold a candle. Like it doesn't even hold a fucking match. Like
it was bad.
Whatever that thing is.
Yeah. Don't disagree. But are you guys ready to get out of here?
Yep.
All right. We're gonna see everybody next week. We'll be back next Monday. We'll see you then.